Okay.
No problem.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala ashrafil mursaleen nabiyina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Welcome all of you for this revision class. This is based on course number 62, Rabo Islamic Studies course. We agreed to have a revision class. So to recap all the Ahkam al-Mudud, the rules of prolongation learned till now. So inshallah we will go one by one. It will be useful to you, and the session is recorded, so you will get the link also to revise to watch it again at your convenient time. So this is based on Qaida Noorania, as all of us know. This Qaida Noorania with sound. This app is available in Play Store, FG 2020, or Furqan Group in Apple Store. It's very much helpful. Please download and use it. Now we are I'm skipping the first level course. Now the prolongation. Prolongation means extending the sound, like fatha, kasra, dhamma. Fatha sounds a, kasra sounds e, dhamma sounds u. Now this rule gives us the information how to prolong it more than the haraka. So some letters has no prolongation. You have to read as quick as possible. Some cases you don't have prolongation. Some cases you have prolongation of 2 units. Some cases you have prolongation of 4 or 5 units. Some cases you have prolongation of 6 or 7 units. So which one is which one we have to how we can know where we have to prolong 2 units, 4 or 5 units, 6 or 7 units. This information inshallah you will get in this class inshallah. So 2 units means basically the most of the people, most of the scholars, they follow from the closed right hand or left hand. Just open one finger, then take open another finger. The time it takes to open one finger after another finger, that is a 2 units prolongation. If I mean 4 or 5 units prolongation means we have to open first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, or fifth finger. So this is the time of 4 or 5 units prolongation. Similarly, if it is a 6 or 7 units prolongation, the time you start prolongation, you start extending the sound, like while doing this one, you have to open the fingers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. Then you stop the prolongation. This is one way. The other way is the open hand fingers. You have to start closing down one after another. So if it is a 2 units prolongation, you have to close 2 fingers one after another, not at a time, simultaneous. So 4 or 5 minutes, 5 units means you have to close one after another for 4 or 5 fingers. The same thing, 6 or 7 units prolongation means 6 or 7 units prolongation. Why we are doing this one? Because we want to read the Quran without any mistakes. So if there is a mistake in reading, not applying the prolongation properly, the meaning changes and it gives a different meaning to the ayah, which is not correct. So this Quran is Kalamullah, so we have to read it carefully without any mistakes. Waratil al-Quran tartila. So this one is something we have to focus, we have to learn, we have to read without any mistake. It is useful for in our salah, in our regular reading, and if someone is willing to memorize, there also it will be useful inshallah. So let us start the first mad. This is the page number 13 on the Qaida Noorania. This mad is lesson 7 ad-darsul sabiya. So this one is regarding the 2 units prolongation, that is Alif Sageerah, Ya Sageerah, Waw Sageerah. In case of Alif Sageerah, as you see in the screen, the first thing is the first part means the first thing which you must have on with you. This is a letter must have fatha on it. This is the first thing. The second thing is the letter must have immediate small alif, not a big alif. It should be a small alif. So when a letter is having fatha immediately followed by small alif, that means you have to prolong, you must prolong 2 units. If you don't prolong, that is not correct. So here it is Alif Sageerah, Alif Sageerah. The sounds so how you take it? Hamza Fatha Hamza Fatha Alif Sageerah Ha Fatha Alif Sageerah Ha. This is the way you have to take. In the word you see like this. The example is Mim Fatha Alif Sageerah Ma, Lam Kasra Li Ma Li, Kaf Kasra Ki Ma Li Ki. Here Fatha followed by Alif Sageerah. That's why it has been prolonged 2 units. Similarly, Ya Sageerah. Ya Sageerah means letter must have kasra below it immediately followed by a small ya. So in this case, kasra followed by small ya. This one is this together makes a ya sagira. How many units you have to prolong? 2 units it has to be. You have to prolong. Hamza kasra ya sagira e. Ha kasra ya sagira he. Hamza. This is the way you can find in the print of Musaf in any Arab countries except Indian subcontinental. Hamza kasra ya sagira e, lam fatha alif sagira la, e la, fa kasra fi, e la fi. Here ya sagira is one, 2 units prolongation. Alif sagira is one, another 2 units prolongation. Both has to be same length of prolongation. One is long, one is short. No, both has to be prolonged equally. E la fi, e la fi. Similarly, Vav Sageerah. Vav Sageerah means Dhamma followed by Vav Sageerah. These two must be there. Then only it is a Sageerah rule. Then it has to be prolonged 2 units. Ha Dhamma Vav Sageerah Hu. Ya Fatha Ya. Ra Fatha Ra. Ya Ra. Ha Dhamma Vav Sageerah Hu. Ya Ra Hu. Hu. This is required 2 units. If there is no Vav Sageerah, how to read it? Ya Ra Hu. Stop. One just like a fatha, fatha, dhamma, yarahu. But because of waw sagira, yarahu. Again, hamza, dhamma, waw sagira, u. Ha, dhamma, waw sagira, hu. Ya fatha, ya. Ra, fatha, ra. Yara. Ha, dhamma, waw sagira, hu. Yarahu. This is the way you have to read it. So, this is the Sageerah letter here, Alif. Sageerah letter here is Ya, small Ya. Sageerah letter here is the small Vav. So small Alif, small Ya, small Vav. There is a restriction here. This small Alif, small Ya, small Vav must not be followed immediately by Hamza or any letter with Shadda or any letter with the Sukoon. So this is the restriction. If it is followed by any of these things, then it is no more restricted to 2 units. It has to be prolonged more than 2 units. So in the coming pages, we can see this one, inshallah. So any doubts until here? This is a Sageerah rule. Let us see the more examples on the page of a lesson also. I will read it one time so it will be easy for you to understand. Ba fatha alif sagira ba, ya fatha alif sagira ya, ra fatha alif sagira ra, mim fatha alif sagira ma, lam fatha alif sagira la, waw fatha alif sagira wa, noon fatha alif sagira na, hamza fatha alif sagira a, ha fatha alif sagira ha, ain fatha alif sagira a, ha fatha alif sagira ha, ghain fatha alif sagira gha, kha fatha alif sagira kha, ta fatha alif sagira ta, sa fatha alif sagira tha, jim fatha alif sagira ja, dal fatha alif sagira da, zal fatha alif sagira da, za fatha alif sagira za, sin fatha alif sagira sa, shin fatha alif sagira sha, صاد فتح ألف صغيرة صا، ضاد فتح ألف صغيرة ضا، طا فتح ألف صغيرة طا، ظا فتح ألف صغيرة ظا، فا فتح ألف صغيرة فا، قاف فتح ألف صغيرة قا، كاف فتح ألف صغيرة كا، همزة كسرة يا صغيرة إي، ها كسرة يا صغيرة هي، واو ضمة واو صغيرة أو، Ha Dhamma Waw Sageerah Hu, Hamza Dhamma Waw Sageerah U. Here, only few examples given for Ya Sageerah and Waw Sageerah. It does not mean that only it comes on these letters. No, it can come on any letter from 28 letters of the Arabic language. So, Hamza, Kasra Ya Sageerah can come with Ba, Ya, Ra. All these letters can have this Ya Sageerah or Waw Sageerah. So, we will see some examples. मीम फतह अलिफ सगीरा मा लाम कसरा ली माली काफ कसरा की माली की सीन फतह सा लाम फतह अलिफ सगीरा ला सला मीम दम्मतेन मुन सलामुन काफ कसरा की ता फतह अलिफ सगीरा ता की ता बा फतहतेन बन किताबन ता फतह ता गैन फतह अलिफ सगीरा गा तगा. Here, Alif Sageerah is taking Ya as a support. Sometimes it may take Waw. So don't confuse which is the letter below this one. Just to see whether Sageerah is there or not. Ta Dhamma Tu, Ra Fatha Alif Sageerah Ra, Tu Ra, Ba Fathatain Ban, Tura Ban, Hamza Fatha Alif A, Waw Fatha Alif Sageerah Wa, A Wa, Ain Fatha A, Lam Fatha Alif Sageerah La, Ala. मीम कसरा मी हा फतह अलिफ सगीरा हा मिहा दाल फतहतेन दन मिहा दन हमजा कसरा या सगीरा ई लाम फतह अलिफ सगीरा ला ई ला फा कसरा फी ई ला फी हमजा मीम फतह मा ता फतह अलिफ सगीरा ता मता आइन फतहतेन अन मता अन मीम कसरा मी हा फतह अलिफ सगीरा हा मिहा दाल फतहतेन दन मिहा दन या फतह या रा फतह रा हा दम्मा वाव सगीरा हु यरहु बा कसरा बी हा कसरा या सगीरा ही बिही. These are the examples which we have. Here it is Hamza Dhamma Waw Sageerah U. Here Ha Dhamma Waw Sageerah Hu. Waw Fatha Alif Sageerah Wa. These are examples regarding the Sageerah rule. In case of Indian subcontinent, the there you will not find Fatha followed by Ya Sageerah, Waw Sageerah. You will find something like Khada Zabar, Khada Zer, Ulta Pesh. These are the three examples equivalent to Alif Sageerah, Ya Sageerah, Waw Sageerah. Here the letter is having a small alif. This is a Fatha followed by Alif Sageerah equal to this one small alif. Then Kasra followed by Ya Sageerah equal to one small alif below the letter. This is called as a Khada Zer. So the other one is Ulta Pesh. Now normally Dhamma is like this. In the reverse way, it represents Dhamma Waw Sageerah. So this is the difference between the Indian Musaf and the Arabic print. So I will share the example. Here is the example. In Indian subcontinent, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, wherever in the Indian subcontinent, the printed Quran will be having Fatha Alif Sageerah. Instead of Fatha Alif Sageerah, it will be having Khada Zabar. Similarly, Kasra Ya Sageerah, instead of that one, it will be having small alif below the letter. This is a Khada Zer. Then Ulta Pesh. This is a Dhamma plus Waw Sageerah equivalent to Ulta Pesh. So in both cases, we have to prolong 2 units. This is a standard one. So let me go back to our lesson. Okay. So any doubts up to here? Is it clear?
Assalamu alaikum, Ustaz. I have a doubt. Means below the page, Alif Hamza Fatha Lam Sukun. Can I read like this? Hamza Fatha Alif Sukun Al Mim Fatha Wa Sukun Mau. how I have to read this kalima?
This one I kept it for time being, but I will give you as you ask. Hamza lam sukun al.
Hamza. I have to pronounce it
Yeah,
Hamza.
actually
Yeah.
it comes with the fatha. Hamza fatha lam sukun. In the coming classes, I will explain it. But for time being, we learned something. If alif is not alone, it has something on the top or bottom. We call it as a hamza, right?
Yes.
So now what is the haraka to be here? Hamza is having small swad, Hamzatul Wasal it is called. This small swad is has to be given haraka to read it if it is the first letter of the ayah or first letter of the word. So depends on the second letter and third letter. Sometimes we have to give it fatha, sometimes we have to give it kasra, sometimes we have to give it dhamma. So this information will be coming in the next classes after Ramadan, inshallah. This is a rule
Jazakallah.
of, at this moment, it is a rule of Qamariya. And in Qamariya, we have to give the fatha to the Hamzatul Wasal. So Hamza fatha lam sukun al, this is the way we have to read it.
Yes. Jazakallah khairan. Yes. This.
Okay.
Alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Yes.
One could, you just mentioned that in the subcontinent there is this Indo-Pak Musaf being used as a script. The same rule of, I mean, if there is a Tajweed rule which has to be applied maybe on Madd or on Sukoon or any other Tajweed rule, the application changes if one reads from the Indo-Pak Musaf, or it is different? I mean, it is the same.
Application is same, image is different. In writing, you will find the difference, but application is same. Application is exactly ilafi. Even it is a khadazer, khadazabar. You have to read the same way. Here it is a khadazer, bihi. Application is exactly Sageerah rule means this is a khadazabar, khadazer, ulta pesh rule. This is a 2 units prolongation. That's all.
Okay, so if there is 2 units, 4 units, 5 units, or 6 or 7, so they have to follow the same thing. I mean,
yeah, same rule. Same rule.
Okay.
If Qada Zabar followed by Hamza 4 or 5 units, it is followed by any letter with the Shadda or Sukoon, then it has to be prolonged 6 units.
Okay, now Mustaq. Salam.
Alaikum
Jazakallah.
Yeah. Any doubts? Here, your doubt is clear here. You see, this is a Adama. You are prolonging 2 units. Adama. So if there is a Khada Zabar, we are following the same rule of Fatha Alif Sageerah, right? Amana, Maliki, Abawahu, Ilafi, Bihi, Ibadihi, Rasulihi. We have to prolong 2 units here also. Lahu, Dawudu, Rasuluhu, Ayatuhu. All this, here it is written. If you know the Arabic, खड़ा ज़ेर बराबर है मद के जैसा, जैसे मद के जैसे मद, खड़ा ज़बर बराबर है मद के जैसा, जैसे बा का बा खड़ा ज़बर बराबर है बा कसरा या सुकून बी. It is written, the explanation is written here. Okay.
ठीक है उस्ताद, लेकिन उस्ताद मुझे भी इंडो पाक मुसफ नहीं आता. I also learned from the Arabic musaf.
Yeah, in that case, no issue. But why I am giving this explanation is, if someone, because this class is having throughout the world the students from different parts of the world. So if someone is having this mushaf, don't get confused. This is the difference which I am giving to you.
Okay, Ustad. Okay.
Okay. Then we are moving to the second lesson. That is a lesson number 8. This is the actual mad, basic mad al asas. This one is it required 2 things. Letter must have fatha and normal alif. Before we say that it's a small alif. Now it is a normal alif. It's not a small, it is a normal alif. Then kasra followed by ya sukoon, dhamma followed by waw sukoon. If it is in this structure, in this way, then it has to be prolonged 2 units. the difference between the lesson number 7 and lesson number 8, only the size of the mad letter. So from this one, we came to know that only 3 mad letters are there in Arabic language. That is Alif, Ya Sukoon, Waw Sukoon. These are the only 3 vowels or mad letters in Arabic language. So when if it comes alone, it is not a mad, but it need a combination. That combination is preceding to it, there must be a fatha or kasra or dhamma. So this one is a pair, mad pair. Fatha followed by alif, this is a mad pair. Kasra followed by ya sukun, this is a mad pair. Dhamma followed by waw sukun, this is a mad pair. In this case, you have to prolong 2 units. Again, the same restriction, it must not be followed by Hamza or letter with Shadda or letter with the Sukoon. Which one should not be followed? The Mad letter. So, the Mad letter, after the Mad letter, there should not be Hamza or letter with the Shadda or letter with the Sukoon. So, in this case, the letter has to be prolonged 2 units. The letter has to be read with the 2 units prolongation. Now let us see the examples. Here, it is if it is followed by fatha followed by alif, this is general name is given to this mad, that is a alif mad. Why it is called alif mad? Because of it is the alif mad name has been taken from the mad letter itself. Now, alif mad means you must imagine immediately there is a fatha, there is a alif immediate after the fatha. So, similarly, ya mad. Ya mad means kasra followed by ya sukun. This is a combination, this is a pair. So, in this case, the name of the mad is taken from the mad letter ya sukun. Similarly, dhamma followed by waw sukun. This is called as a waw mad. Again, the name of the rule has been taken from the mad letter waw sukun. So in all these 3 cases, the pair should not be disturbed. 100% it has to be followed. Mad, fatha followed by alif, this must be there. Kasra followed by ya sukun, this must be there. Dhamma followed by waw sukun, this must be there. Then only it is called it is called alif mad, ya mad, and waw mad. The restriction is it should not be followed by hamza, it should not be followed by shadda, it should not be followed by sukun. So if you see the examples here, how to this is the page number 14, lesson number 8 examples. Ba fatha alif, ba dhamma waw sukun, bu, ba kasra, bi, bu, bi. Here after alif, when it is a waw mad, you find one alif also here. This one is not having any value in tajweed, but it may be having some value in the grammar. So don't confuse here. The second point is ba fatha alif sukun, maybe you might have heard, but if you say alif sukun in the coming classes, it will confuse you. So let us take alif as a alif without any sign on the top or below. So we will not say sukun, we say only alif. Ba fatha alif, ba dhamma waw sukun, bu, ba kasra ya sukun, bi, bu, bi. Ta fatha alif, ta dhamma waw sukun, tu, ta kasra ya sukun, ti, tu, ti. Sa fatha alif, sa dhamma waw sukun, su, sa kasra ya sukun, si, sa, su, si. Ha fatha alif, ha dhamma waw sukun, hu, ha kasra ya sukun, hi, ha, hu, hi. Kha fatha alif, kha dhamma waw sukun, khu, kha kasra ya sukun, khi, kha, khu, khi. Ra fatha alif, ra dhamma waw sukun, ru, ra kasra ya sukun, ri, ra, ru, ri. Za fatha alif, za dhamma waw sukun, zu, za kasra ya sukun, zi, za, zu, zi. Ta fatha alif, ta dhamma waw sukun, tu, ta kasra ya sukun, ti, tu, ti. Za fatha alif, za dhamma waw sukun, zu, za kasra ya sukun, zi, Zo, zu, zi. Fa fatha alif, fa. Fa damma waw sukun, fu. Fa kasra ya sukun, fi. Fa, fu, fi. Ha fatha alif, ha. Ha damma waw sukun, hu. Ha kasra ya sukun, hi. Ha, hu, hi. Ya fatha alif, ya. Ya damma waw sukun, yu. Ya kasra ya sukun, i. Ya, yu, yi. Hamza fatha alif, a. Hamza damma waw sukun, u. Hamza kasra ya sukun, i. A, u, i. Jim fatha alif, ja. Jim damma waw sukun, ju. Jim kasra ya sukun, ji. Ja, ju, ji. Dal fatha alif, da. Dal damma waw sukun, du. Dal kasra ya sukun, di. Da, du, di. Zal fatha alif, za. Zal damma waw sukun, zu. Zal kasra ya sukun, zi. Za, zu, zi. Sin fatha alif, sa. Sin damma waw sukun, su. Sin kasra ya sukun, si. Sa, su, si. Shin fatha alif, sha. Shin damma waw sukun, shu. Shin kasra ya sukun, shi. Sha, shu, shi. Swat fatha alif, sa. Swat damma waw sukun, su. Swat kasra ya sukun, si. Sa, su, si. Dot fatha alif, da. Dot damma waw sukun, du. Dot kasra ya sukun, di. Da, du, di. Ain fatha alif, a. Ain damma waw sukun, u. Ain kasra ya sukun, i. A, u, i. Ghain fatha alif, gha. Ghain damma waw sukun, gu. Ghain kasra ya sukun, ghi. Gha, gu, ghi. Qaf fatha alif, qa. Qaf damma waw sukun, qu. Qaf kasra ya sukun, qi. Qa, qu, qi. Kaf fatha alif, ka. Kaf damma waw sukun, ku. Kaf kasra ya sukun, ki. Ka, ku, ki. Lam fatha alif, la. Lam damma waw sukun, lu. Lam kasra ya sukun, li. La, lu, li. Mim fatha alif, ma. Mim damma waw sukun, mu. Mim kasra ya sukun, mi. Ma, mu, mi. Nun fatha alif, na. Nun damma waw sukun, dun, nu. Nun kasra ya sukun, ni. Na, nu, ni. Waw fatha alif, wa. Waw damma waw sukun, u. Waw kasra ya sukun, vi. Wa, wu, vi. Here this one is a alif mad, this one is a waw mad, this one is a ya mad. Similarly, alif mad, waw mad, ya mad. So in this lesson, it is clear for us that whenever fatha followed by alif, whenever kasra followed by ya sukun, whenever dhamma followed by waw sukun, it must be prolonged 2 units. When it should, the mad letter should not be followed by letter hamza or letter with shadda or letter with the sukun. So this is called general basic name of the mad, that is a alif mad, ya mad, waw mad. Now specific, if the letter itself is a hamza, letter itself, the letter having fatha or kasra or dhamma, if that letter itself is a hamza, then it is called madal badal. The second part is same, that is fatha followed by alif, kasra followed by ya sukun, dhamma followed by waw sukun. This part is same. Only addition here is the letter hamza. The letter must have hamza. The letter must be hamza, which is having the haraka. It may be fatha, kasra, or dhamma. So here is the example. Hamza fatha alif. In the text, in the word you see hamza fatha alif. This is general name is alif mad. The specific name is madal badal. So if someone say alif mad, that's okay, fine. But if someone say madal badal, that is more correct, more specific, more clear. So mim fatha ma, noon fatha na. There is no mad here. Amana. Here mim fatha ma, hamza fatha alif, ma, ba fathatin ban, ma, ban, fatha, hamza, fatha alif. This one is a general name is alif mad. The specific name is the specific name is Madal Badal. Similarly, Hamza Kasra Ya Sukoon E. Here Hamza Kasra Ya Sukoon E. Here it is Hamza in the word Hamza Kasra Ya Sukoon E. This is a Madal Badal because Hamza having Fatha Kasra followed immediately by Ya Sukoon. Mim Fatha Alif Ma. Nun Fatha Na. Iman. Nun, there's no Sukoon. So Iman. Here it is a Madal Badal. Same thing here. Hamza Dhamma Vav Sukoon U. Hamza is the letter. That's why this one is called a Madal Badal. If Hamza is not there, it means it can be any letter from remaining 27 letters. Then it is called Madal Asli or Madal Tabeeyee. Madal Tabeeyee. So any of these letter is okay. So we learned here two names of for the same mad. Alif Mad or Madal Badal or Madal Asli. Three names. Then Alif Mad, Ya Mad, Madal Asli, Madal Badal or Madal Asli. Same thing, Ya Mad, Madal Waw Mad, Madal Badal or Madal Asli. In Madal Badal, the Fatha followed by Alif is same. Kasra followed by Ya Sukoon is also same. Dhamma followed by Waw Sukoon also same. The only difference is letter must not be Hamza in case of Madal Asli or Madal Tabeeyee. But in case of Madal Badal, the letter must be Hamza. That's the only difference. The restriction is same. It should not be followed by Hamza or letter with Shadda or letter with the Sukoon. To understand more, the Alif Mad, Ya Mad, Waw Mad, it has been divided into Madal Asli or Madal Badal. The difference is if the letter is Hamza, letter means which letter? The letter having haraka, fatha or kasra or dhamma. If it is a Hamza, then it is a Madal Badal. If the letter is not Hamza, then the specific name is Madal Asli or Madal Tabeeyee. So this is the difference between these two. So general name is, if you can call Madal Badal as a Alif Mad, Ya Mad, Waw Mad, depends on the haraka and the Mad letter. Similarly, you can call Madal Asli as a Alif Mad, Ya Mad or Waw Mad, depends on the haraka and the corresponding Mad letter. So there is no difference in case of general name, but in the specific name, the letter differentiates. The letter is Hamza, then Madal Badal. Letter is not Hamza, then it is a Madal Asli or Madal Tabeeyee. So is there any, now we can see here the examples of this page. Amana. Here the letter is Hamza, that's why it is a Madal Badal. Aniyatin. Also here the letter is Hamza, that's why it is a Madal Badal. Alif Mad, you can say Alif Mad or Madal Badal. Awa, it has a two mad. A, wa. The first one is a Madal Badal, the second one is a Alif Sageerah. Similarly, Qala, the letter is not Hamza, so that's why this one is a Madal Asli or Madal Tabeeyee. Kana, this is a Madal Asli or Madal Tabeeyee or Alif Mad. Naran, this one is a Alif Mad or Madal Asli or Madal Tabeeyee. Because the letter is not Hamza here, it is a Qaf, it is a Kaf, it is a Noon. Fihi, this also Yamad or Madal Asli or Madal Tabeeyee. Akidu, Yamad, Madal Asli or Madal Tabeeyee. Basiran, this is also Yamad, Akidu, Yamad, Madal Asli or Madal Tabeeyee. Basiran, Yamad, Madal Asli or Madal Tabeeyee. Here it is a examples of Ya Mad. Here it is examples of Alif Mad. Here Waw Mad. Auzu. Dhamma followed by Waw. Letter is not Hamza. It looks like Hamza because Ain and Hamza has some similarities. But you see, Hamza never connect the following letter. Ain connects to the following letter. So this is a Ain. Ain. Auzu. This is a Waw Mad, Madal Asli or Madal Tabeeyee. Radu. Here it is Hamza is having Sukoon, so just ignore this one. We take only Dhamma followed by Waw Sukoon. Ra, Du, 2 units prolongation. This is a Waw Mad, Madal Asli or Madal Tabeeyee. Ju'in, Dhamma followed by Waw Sukoon. This again Waw Mad, Madal Asli or Madal Tabeeyee because the letter is a Jim. So these three, Alif Mad, Ya Mad, Waw Mad, this is a general name. but the specific name is, all these three lines indicates, gives the examples of, belongs to the examples of Madal Asli or Madal Tabeeyee. The first line is letter itself is Hamza, so it belongs to the example of Madal Badal. Now, just to recap the previous one, Kitaban, this is a Alif Sageerah. This is Mihadan, this is a Alif Sageerah. Matan, this is a Alif Sageerah. Turaban, this is a Alif Sageerah. Yakhafu, this is a Alif Mad or Madal Asli. Libasan, this is a Alif Mad or Madal Asli. Sawaban, this is Alif Mad or Madal Asli. Yuqalu, this is Alif Mad or Madal Asli. Is it clear?
Yes, but Ustaz, I have a question.
Please.
Please. Like the a'udu.
Yeah.
We read like this: Hamza Fatha, Ain Dhamma, Waw Sukun. But I can't see Sukun on the top of Waw, letter Waw. Why we are pronouncing Sukun, but there is no Sukun on top of Waw?
It's a good question. You see, the letters, the mad forms when fatha followed by alif, fatha followed by ya sukun, fatha followed by waw sukun. This is the standard. This is the basic one. You see, kasra followed by ya sukun, dhamma followed by waw sukun. Now, sukun means it can be a without any sign, it can be a half round, it can be a full circle. One of these three options. That depends on the printers. Some printers they put the sukun wherever it applies, they put the sukun. But some printers they don't put the sukun, they just skip it and leaves to the reader considered to be as a sukun. So here if you see qaf kasra ya sukun qi lam fatha la qila, you may find in mushaf some printers printed like this. In subcontinent, everywhere, wherever sukun is there, there will be a sign half round. But in Arab countries, they, because it's a mother tongue of Arabs, and they know when it has to be taken as a sukun or not, then they skip the sukun sign because it's a general rule for them. It is a common thing. So for us also, if there is no sign on the letter, that means we have to consider this one as a sukun.
Jazakallahu khairan, Ustaz.
Yeah. Okay. Any other? Here you see there is a sukun sign. Why it has been given sukun sign? Because it is required there. Where it is not required, they don't give the sukun. Here it is not required because kasra, then ya without any haraka, without anything, it is something like it belongs to the, it is part of this prolongation. Kasra is followed by ya sukun. This is a combination of ya mad. So there is no the printers method that it is not required to write sukun here. The same thing for waw sukun. Any other doubt?
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. One question I have. Yeah. Jazakallah khairan. If I have a mud sign on any letter, for example, alif, and the mud symbol over it, so such as in Wajib Muttasil. So in that case, that I mean, when there is a mud sign, that is always followed by Hamza. Always.
That's right.
Oh.
No, not always. That depends on two options. Inshallah, if you be patient for a few minutes, we will discuss it, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Next pages, it will come, inshallah. Okay. Okay. Any other doubt? Okay. We are moving to the next lesson because it's a revision class. We are moving a little bit fast than our regular pace. Now, this is a also lesson number 8, page number 15. The second part of the lesson number 8. The first part is al-mad. Second part is al-leen. Al-leen means it need two basic conditions. The first thing is fatha. Second thing is it must be followed by ya sukun. This is a first one kind of leen. This one is called ya leen. The sound, it sounds I. You have to be quick as possible. The second name is fatha followed by waw sukoon. It is a waw leen. So we have two letters of leen. In case of mad, we have three letters. Huroof al mad thalatha. Alif, ya sukoon, waw sukoon. But in huroof al leen, only two. Ya sukoon and waw sukoon. Only two. But both of them have common thing, that is a fatha. The letter, it must both of them must be preceded by a letter with fatha. If the letter is not having fatha, there is no chance of leen. 100% no chance. So the leen letters are only two, ya sukun and waw sukun. It should be read as quick as possible, no prolongation at all. Now let us see the examples. So here it is. If you see here, we have few examples. These examples gives us how we can practice the leen. Ta fatha waw sukun taw waw leen. Ta fatha ya sukun tay ya leen. Taw tay. Sa fatha waw sukun saw waw leen. Sa fatha ya sukun say saw say waw leen ya leen. Dal fatha waw sukun daw. Dal fatha ya sukun day daw day. Zal fatha waw sukun zaw. Zal fatha ya sukun zay zaw zay. Ra fatha waw sukun raw. Ra fatha ya sukun ray raw ray. Za fatha waw sukun zaw. Za fatha ya sukun zay zaw zay. Sin fatha waw sukun saw. Sin fatha ya sukun say saw say. Shin fatha waw sukun shaw. Shin fatha ya sukun shay shaw shay. Swat fatha waw sukun saw. Swat fatha ya sukun say saw say. Dot fatha waw sukun daw. Dot fatha ya sukun day daw day. To fatha waw sukun taw. To fatha ya sukun tay taw tay. Zaw fatha waw sukun zaw. Zaw fatha ya sukun zay zaw zay. Lam fatha waw sukun law. Lam fatha ya sukun lay law lay. Noon fatha waw sukun law. Noon fatha ya sukun nay naw nay. Hamza fatha waw sukun aw. Hamza fatha ya sukun ay aw ay. Ba fatha waw sukun baw. Ba fatha ya sukun bay baw bay. Jim fatha waw sukun jaw. Jim fatha ya sukun jay jaw jay. Ha fatha waw sukun haw. Ha fatha ya sukun hay haw hay. Ha fatha waw sukun khaw. Kha fatha ya sukun khay khaw khay. Ain fatha waw sukun aw. Ain fatha ya sukun ay aw ay. Ghain fatha waw sukun ghaw. Ghain fatha ya sukun ghay ghaw ghay. Fa fatha waw sukun faw. Fa fatha ya sukun fay faw fay. Qaf fatha waw sukun qaw. Qaf fatha ya sukun qay qaw qay. Kaf fatha waw sukun kaw. Kaf fatha ya sukun kay kaw kay. Mim fatha waw sukun maw. Mim fatha ya sukun may maw may. Waw fatha waw sukun waw. Waw fatha ya sukun way waw way. Ha fatha waw sukun haw. Ha fatha ya sukun hay haw hay. Ya fatha waw sukun yaw. Ya fatha ya sukun yay yaw yay. Based on the sukoon letter, the name has to be called. Waw sukun, waw leen. Ya sukun, ya leen. Okay. Here it is. If you see the example, qaf dama qu. Ra fatha ya sukun ray. Quray. Sheen kasratain shin. Quray shin. You have to read as quick as possible. One beautiful thing of this rule is you will find fatha as well as a sukoon on the in the print also, in whichever part of the world. The Musaf printed in whichever part of the world, the printers definitely print sukoon on the yalin and wawlin, both letters, because it has to be differentiated. If there is no fatha and kaf and just it is ya without sukoon sign, it may be a yamad or it may be a yalin. How to differentiate? So the printers take care of here. For the leen, they follow the fatha followed by ya sukun. Both symbols will be there. But for mad, if it is not having anything, kaf, ya, these two together, it is default, it has to be taken as a kaf kasra ya sukun, as a ya mad. So this is one understanding among the readers. Ainun, here is a yalin. Kaifa, yalin. Kaidan, yalin. Toiran, yalin. Khairun, yalin. Shay'in, yalin. Laisa, yalin. Aina, yalin. Wailun, yalin. Lawhin, wawlin. Tagaw, wawlin. Qawlun, wawlin. Khawfin, wawlin. Ruwaidan, way. This is a yalin. Ju'in, this is a wawmad. Yawma idhin, this is a wawlin. Any questions? Okay. Next is lesson number 9. This is these examples are in page number 16 and page number 17. This one is the brother just before he asked if the mad letter followed by if the mad letter is having sign of mad, then hamza must be there or not. No, this is sometimes hamza will be there, sometimes letter with shadda will be there, sometimes letter with the sukoon will be there, sometimes there is no letter at all. Even mad sign is there, nothing is followed, then also you have to prolong based on that rule. So now we are studying the first part, mad sign followed by hamza. This is a first thing, mad sign. The mad sign means this is the mad sign, like a sine wave on the letter mad letter. So if you find this mad sign, that means this letter, this mad must be prolonged either 4 or 5 units or 6 or 7 units. So when it has to be prolonged 4 or 5 units, when it is followed by hamza. If it is immediate in the same word, the letter, the mad letter followed by hamza, then it is called a madal wajib muttasil. It means muttasil means connected, attached. Which is attached here? The mad letter and hamza, mad letter and hamza, mad letter and hamza. These are attached. Even though you see a small gap, because of this is not this is in the writing, it cannot be taken into the same with the connection, but it is in a single word and single word and single word. So in this case, it must be prolonged. Wajib means it is a must, obligatory. We cannot skip this mad. So whenever it is, you find the word in this structure, so mad followed by hamza immediate in the same word, you must prolong 4 or 5 units. Without prolongation, it is wrong. So here, Jim Fatha Alif, this is a normal Alif Mad or Mad al Asli. But you find there is a Mad sign and Mad letter immediately followed by Hamza. It means this is a Mad al Wajib Muttasil. 4 or 5 units must be prolonged. Same thing, Sheen Fatha Alif Mad Hamza. Mim Fatha Alif Mad Hamza. Here it is not only alif, ya sukoon or waw sukoon mad letters, but in case of Sageerah also, alif Sageerah, ya Sageerah, waw Sageerah also, if it is followed immediately by hamza, then it must be prolonged 4 or 5 units. How to read it? Ja. If I don't prolong 4 or 5 units, how I might have read ja. This is a mad, basic mad, alif mad or mad al asli. But because of these two things, alif, the mad letter followed by hamza, and also indicated by mad sign, I must prolong 4 or 5 units. 4 or 5 units. If in case because of any printing mistake or anything, if you don't find mad sign, even though the structure shows mad followed by hamza, that means 4 or 5 units prolongation. Sorry. So here it is irrespective of there is a mad sign or not. If it is followed mad letter followed by hamza, the reader must prolong 4 or 5 units. So ja, sha, ma, in, al malaikatu, jazaan. All these are examples for mad al wajib muttasil. If there is a gap, that means in two words, the last letter of the first letter is a mad, the first letter of the following word is a hamza. It means this is one independent word and followed by another independent word. with the first letter Hamza, here the last letter Mad letter. In this case, there is a gap. There is a gap between these two. It means before it was attached, the Mad letter and Hamza. Now it is detached. It is far away. It is unfasila. Fasila means far away. So in this case, it is called as Madal Jayaz Munfasil. Madal Jayaz Munfasil means you have the option to prolong 2 units or 4 or 5 units. But in case of Madal Wajib Muttasil, you don't have option. You must prolong 4 or 5 units. So in some recitations, you might have seen the Qari, he recite Inna Taina Kal Kawthar. Some readers you might have seen Inna Ataina Kal Kawthar. In both cases, in here Inna Ataina without reading of 4 or 5 minutes, but minimum 2 units must be prolonged. That also correct. If you prolong 4 or 5 minutes, that is also correct. But applying 4 or 5 minutes, that is a better thing. Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. Here it is. لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم. في here it is mad letter followed by hamza in another word, immediate word. So that's why it is a madal jayaz munfasil. So basically madal wajib muttasil means mad followed by hamza in the same word, immediate. It is a must to prolong 4 or 5 units. If it is not in the same hamza is not immediately in the same word of the mad, it is in the following word, then it is 4 or 5 units is optional. Any doubts?
Yes, Ustaz, I have opinion regarding Maddal Muttasil. Maddal Muttasil, Mad letter followed by Hamza in the same letter.
In the same
We
word.
call yes, Mad letter followed by Hamza in the same word. It is called Maddal Muttasil. But we can see there is a Mad sign. Is Mad sign is mandatory here, or it can be omitted?
Most of the printers you will find the mad sign. Even mad sign is not there, you must follow the rule madal wajib muttasil 4 or 5 units, irrespective of mad sign is there or not.
Okay,
Assalamu
Jazakallah khairan, Ustaz.
Walaikum
So
assalam.
that some printers they may skip that mud sign, but how I will be able to distinguish between that if he has omitted or not?
No, if you don't find mad sign, the structure you have to follow. Structure, what is the structure? Alif mad, ya mad, waw mad. The mad letter must be followed by hamza immediately.
Oh, okay, Ustad.
That is the structure. The structure is how in the alif mad what we required fatha and alif, right?
Yes, Ustad.
Okay. If some printer like here al wajib in the top of this one al wajib, wow, there is no fatha but alif is there. Okay. So how to read it? Even though there is no haraka here, we follow the structure. Means fatha followed by alif, the letter followed by alif, this is a mad.
Oh, okay, Ustad.
Okay. Okay. Any other doubt?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam, brother.
So, Ustaz, is Sageerah part of al-Munfasil?
Mad al Munfasil usually don't find, but even if it is, if it comes like this one, if it is there in the structure, then you have to follow. Like here, fa kasra ya sukoon, it is a ya sukoon it's a ya mad and mad al asli and followed by hamza. Here in case of instead of ya full ya, if it is a Sageerah, then also you have to follow the mad al Munfasil. Okay. Structure is important. Structure means mad sign followed by hamza, same word, madal wajib muttasil. Mad sign not followed by hamza, In the same word, Jayaz Munfasil. In the other words, Alif Mad, Ya Mad, Waw Mad. The basic structure. Followed by Hamza immediate in the same word, it is a Madal Wajib Muttasil. Alif Mad, Ya Mad, Waw Mad. But this ends with the Alif Mad letter, but the following word has Hamza as its a first letter. It is two words. Madal Jaiz Munfasil required two words. The last letter of the first word is a Mad letter. The first letter of the following word is a Hamza. In this case, it has to be Madal Jaiz Munfasil. The Mad letter can be a Alif Mad, Ya Mad, Waw Mad letter or Sageerah letter. Alif Sageerah, Ya Sageerah, Waw Sageerah. Clear?
Yes.
Ustad, so it can also be Sageerah, right?
Yeah, it cannot also be Sageerah. Sageerah are normal letter. In both cases, it has to be followed the same rule of Madal Wajib Muttasil, Madal Jaiz Munfasil. Okay. Now we are moving to the next part. This is a lesson number 3 and 16. Why? Because it has two together, and page number 9 and page number 26. Here, before we in the beginning, when Sageerah rule and Alif Mad, Ya Mad, Waw Mad we discussed, there is a restriction of Hamza, Ya Sukoon and Waw Sukoon, right? I will go back to that page. Here, in both cases, there is a restriction. Restriction is the Hamza should not be there, Shadda should not be there, Sukoon should not be there. So, if Hamza is present, what will happen? It may become the Madal Wajib Muttasil or Madal Jaiz Munfasil. Now, if the letter with Shadda or letter with the Sukoon is there, what will happen? This is a Madal Lazim. It become Madal Lazim. Madal Lazim means if the Sageerah letter or Alif Mad or Ya Mad or Waw Mad, any of this one, immediately followed by letter with Shadda or letter with the Sukoon, then it is a Madal Lazim. It has a big name, Madal Lazim Kalimi Musaqqal, Madal Lazim Kalimi Mukhaffaf, Madal Lazim Harfi Musaqqal, Madal Lazim Harfi Mukhaffaf. No need to memorize all these big names at this moment in the second level. You will find this one in the fifth level also. There you can memorize. For this moment, just you have to remember Madal Lazim. Madal Lazim, Madal Wajib. You have to differentiate. Madal Wajib, this is only for, I make it like this. It is not must to say Madal Wajib and Madal Lazim. Even if you change the word Madal Lazim Muttasil, you can say it. It is in some books it is mentioned like that. But to differentiate with Hamza and the Shadda and Sukoon, I prefer to select Madal Wajib Muttasil for Muttasil and Madal Lazim for the other Shadda and Sukoon. So Madal Lazim here is Mad letter or Sageerah letter followed immediately by letter with Shadda or letter with the Sukoon. This also comes in the single word, and whenever you find this structure, Mad sign also there, even Mad sign not there, then you have to prolong 6 or 7 units, same like before. Now you see here, Madal Lazim, it has two divisions, Kalimi, Madal Lazim Kalimi, Madal Lazim Harfi. Madal Lazim Kalimi Musaqqal Mukhaffaf. Again it is divided into two. Madal Lazim Harfi, it is again divided into two, Musaqqal Mukhaffaf. Now you will see, in Musaqqal Al-Haqqa. Where is the mad here? Ha, Fatha, Alif. This is a Alif mad. Immediately followed by letter with the Shadda. Qaf is having Shadda. So that's why this one must be prolonged 6 or 7 units. Another example is Waladdallin. Here, Dot, Fatha, Alif. This is a mad letter. Alif mad. Then immediately followed by letter with Shadda. This Shadda increasing its mad level. Instead of 2 units, it must be prolonged 6 or 7 units. The same examples here. Dallan, dabbatin, al, ana. All these examples are for Madal Lazim. So in case of, this is a page number, lesson number 3. These are called Huroof Muqattat. There we studied that whenever you find the mad sign on the letter, you must prolong 6 or 7 units. So here the mad letter is not having the mad sign, not followed by Hamza, not followed by Shadda, not followed by Sukoon. Still we are prolonging 6 or 7 units because it is another Tajweed rules. Whenever these letters are Huroof Muqattat and having the mud or leen in its name, then it must be prolonged 6 or 7 units. Like Alif, there is no mud in the name. There is no Alif. Lam, how to write the name? Lam Fatha Alif Mim. Lamun, Mimun. Mim kasra ya sukun mim damatain mun. Mimun. Lam Fatha Alif La, it means in the name itself there is a Alif mad. In the name itself there is a Ya mad. Qaf, there is a Alif mad. Noon, there is a Waw mad. Seen, there is a Ya mad. In the name itself, when you see the name and the spelling, you find this one. So whenever Huruf Muqattat with the spelling of in its spelling there is a mad or leen, or there is a mad or leen, then it must be prolonged 6 or 7 units. So here Alif Lam Mim. This is one way. The other way is a rule of Tanween Dun Sakin involves here. So when it comes, I will give you the explanation in the other angle also. For time being, in Huruf Muqattat, which comes as a first ayah of the some surahs, whenever you find a mad sign, you must prolong 6 or 7 units. Is it clear?
Yes, Ustaz. If
Okay.
there is no mad sign on the top of Huruful Muqatta'at,
No
then
prolongation of 6 units.
yeah. Jazakallahu khairan.
Yeah. Okay. Now,
Just one question.
yes, please.
Ruful Mu'akkatat is where you have ta and ha. There is no mud sign, but it's still in that Ruful Mu'akkata.
No mad sign means no prolongation. Ta, ha,
Or just
ta,
ta.
sin. Here,
Okay.
Alif is not having mad sign. Alif, lam, mim. If there is no mad sign, no prolongation.
Okay.
Okay.
Ustaz, why the mad sign has been given there?
Because it is a rule of Muqattat when it is coming as a Muqattat, and it has to be prolonged 6 or 7 units. So mad sign has been given. If by mistake, by delay due to the aging or something, the Musaf you have is not showing properly the mad sign, still you can follow. If the letter is having the spelling in its name, the mad or leen, then it must be prolonged 6 or 7 units. I will show you the what I am saying to you in let me show you here. Here, the name is Alif, Al Alifu. Is there any mad in this name? Okay, I did not change the screen.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi, Ustaz.
Here, Al Alifu. Is there any sign? Mad sign is there?
Alifu. No.
No mad sign. Al Yawu. There is a mad sign or no?
Al Ya'u. No mad sign there.
Ya Fatha Alif.
There is one. Yeah.
Ya Fatha Alif. There is a mad. Mad sign is not there. Mad is there.
Yeah. Oh.
It is
Ya,
what Madal Wajib Muttasil, isn't it, Ustad?
no. Al yawu, what is this mad? Yes, Mad al Wajib Muttasil.
Badal
Yes.
Wajib
Yes, but in the name of Ya, it is written in the spelling, there is a mad. In the name. Okay.
In the name itself, there is a mad.
Yeah, this is what I am saying. Here, if you see here, Seen kasra ya sukoon, this is a ya mad. Sheen, this is a sheen kasra ya sukoon, this is a ya mad. Saad fatha alif mad. Dot fatha alif, there is a alif mad. In the name itself, there is a mad here, right? Ainun,
Yes.
there is a leen.
Some
Ghain,
letters have, yes.
lam, the name is having the mad. Meem, the name is having the mad. Noon, the name is having the mad. You find this one?
Yes.
Okay.
How
Now,
many letters are there? How many having mad?
some letters have the name, in the name there is a mad. There is a mad or leen. So in this case, alif, there is no mad or leen in its name. Lam, there is a mad. Meem, there is a mad. So whenever you find the huruf muqattat with the name, with the mad in its name itself, then you have to prolong 6 or 7 units. This is a one angle of understanding the rule. The other angle is Tanween Nun Sakin rule also there. There I will explain to you more. Here it is, if you see, for our convenient, the printers put the mad sign on the letters where you have to prolong 6 or 7 units. This helps us a lot.
Yes, Ustaz. Jazakallahu khairan.
Okay.
I can understand now.
Okay. Yeah.
Ustad, if a letter has a mad sign and it is not followed by either Hamza or Shadda or Sukoon, then in that case we have 2 units prolongation.
No, if it is having a mad sign, definitely it must be from the huruf muqattat. Other than huruf muqattat, there is no
It is not happen. Okay.
You don't find such cases.
Okay.
Okay, even from second ayah onwards, if it is not a huruf muqattat, after the mad sign, either you will find hamza, or either you will find letter with shadda, or you will find letter with the sukoon. One of these 3 conditions after the huruf muqattat. But in case of huruf muqattat, you may not find hamza, you may not find letter with shadda, you may not find letter with the sukoon.
Jazakallah khair, Ustad. Jazakallah khair.
Yeah. Here if you see, kaf, it is having the mad in its name. Ha, there is no mad. Ya, there is no mad. Ain, there is a leen. Sad, there is a mad. Sad. So where is the mad sign? Kaf, ain, sad. Kaf, ha, ya, ain, sad. So this way it will continue it.
So you said like ha ya. So why not hay, Ustad? Yeah, otherwise he.
No, high it cannot be, because in case of leen, always it will be fatha followed by ya sukun. This is the one thing. Second thing is, in case of huruf muqattat, even though letters are together in looking like a word, the rule is you have to read each letter individually.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Let us move to the examples of this rule, Mad al Wajib Muttasil and Mad al Badal, Mad al Asli, Alif Sageerah, and Mad al Wajib Muttasil. These examples has been given in the durus of 9. So we already discussed this one. Let me take you to the last rule which is remain in the mad, that is Madal Iwad and Madal Arid lil Sukoon. This is one of the important rule. Okay. Maddal Iwad, this rule comes only when you are stopping at the end of the ayah or whichever the places permissible to stop. This is the first condition. So if you are going to apply the Maddal Iwad in the first word or second word, even though you have many words following to that first second words in that ayah, no, it's not the case. So wherever allowed to stop, there is a alamat to stop. Then at the end of the ayah, generally you stop at the end of the ayah. That is a circle with the number, ayah number. So at that, in that condition, in that situation only, the Madal Iwad and Madarid lil Sukoon applied. So how we have to do this one? The last letter of that ayah where you are going to stop, that must be having the fatatain on it. Without fatatain on the last letter of the ayah, Madal Iwad never comes. So the first foremost condition is the place where you are going to stop, that letter must be having the fatatain. Then the application, how to stop it, it has to be converted into alif mad. There is no question of ya mad or waw mad here, only alif mad. If it is having kasratain, mad aliwad not applied. If it is having dammatain, mad aliwad not applied, only fathatain. How to stop, how to apply it? You have to make this fathatain, convert it into the alif mad, then stop it. Is it clear? Okay, examples. Let us see the example. Alam naj'alil arda mihada. But what you see in the print? Mihadan. So when you are stopping here, then mihada. If you don't want to stop and continue reading, there is a tanween nunasakin rule that will come after the holidays, Ramzan holidays, inshallah. So whenever you find fatatain on the last letter of the ayah where you are going to stop, make it alif mad, prolong it to 2 units and stop it. Alam naj'alil arda mihada wa khalaqnakum azwaja waj'alna nawmakum subata waj'alna al-layla libasa waj'alna an-nahara ma'asha wa banayna fawqakum sab'an shidada. All the places where I stop, I read it with the alif mad. Another example is Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal-adiyati dabha, fal-muriyati qadha, fal-mughirati subha, fa-atharna bihi naqa, fa-wasatna bihi jam'a. All these places, if I am going to stop, I have to apply mad aliwad, that is convert the fatatain to alif mad and stop it. Any doubts? This rule comes every Friday. Usually we read the Surah Al-Kahf. In 110 ayah, you will find this Mad al-Iwad at the end of each ayah. Similarly, in Surah Al-Nisa, many ayah you will find this Mad al-Iwad at the end of the ayah. Moving to the next mad. This is a Mad Arid lil Sukoon. Here, the last, yes, Mr. Tahir. Yes, please ask your doubt. Brother Tahir, you raise your hand. You can ask the doubt. Okay, when you have facility, you can ask. I will continue. The next rule is Mad Arid lil Sukoon, Al Mad Arid lil Sukoon. Here, the condition is the last letter must not have fatatain on it. This is the prime condition. Before last letter, there must be a Mad or Leen. Here, in case of Mad al-Iwad, only one condition, that is last letter must have fatatain. In case of Mad Arid lil Sukoon, there are two conditions, not one condition. The last letter must not have fatatain Before last letter, there must be a mad or leen. Then only this rule applies. This rule application is the reader have a choice whether he can stop 2 units prolongation, he can stop 4 units prolongation, or he can stop with the 6 units prolongation. Any of these three is acceptable, but one thing is he must follow the uniformity. For example, if we start reading with the stopping of 2 units in the first ayah, he has to continue it till his recitation. If he want to stop with the 4 units prolongation wherever madari lil sukun applies, then you have to continue till end of the surah 4 units prolongation. Similarly, 6 units prolongation. Here in the example, amma yatasaalun, I select 2 units to stop at the end of the ayah. Anin nabail azim, allazi hum fihi mukhtalifun, kalla sayalamun. This is one way. If I want to stop it with the 4 or 5 units prolongation, amma yatasaalun عن النبع العظيم الذي هم فيه مختلفون كلا سيعلمون. Similarly, 6 units prolongation. I said two things. The last letter must not have fatatain. Before last letter, there must be a mad. In the first ayah, there is a waw mad. In the second ayah, there is a ya mad. In the third ayah, there is a waw mad. In the fourth ayah, there is a waw mad. I said either mad or leen. So in the second example, all of them have the leen. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Li'ilafi Quraysh. Quraysh. Actually, Quraysh is a leen without prolongation, but now it became as part of the Mad Arilil Sukoon because of its position. Position is last ayah of the last word of the ayah. So here we have to make it for 2 units or 4 units or 6 units prolongation. This is a quite opposite to the nature of the leen. If the leen comes in between the ayah, any word in between the ayah, then we have to read it as quick as possible. But it is now at the end of the ayah, the last, just before the last letter of the ayah. In this case, madari lil sukun applies. So you have to read it with the 2 units, 4 units, or 6 units prolongation. Li'ilafi Quraysh. إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. Here Khof Wawlin, Quraysh Yalin, Saif Yalin, Bait Yalin. All these we are prolonging 2 units. If someone want to prolong 4 units, that's also acceptable. Someone wants to prolong 6 units, that's also acceptable. لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. This way, Mad Aril Sukun is one of the mad where leen has to be prolonged 2 units, 4 units, or 6 units, or this one. The last option I will show you here. That is, you can see. Let me change the page. Okay. The last option, when we are stopping, there is another rule. It's not a rule. It is there is a absence of rule here. It is Qul huwallahu ahad. The last letter is not having fathatain, so we cannot apply mad al iwad. So before the last letter there must be a mad or leen and not having the fathatain. That is a mad arid lil sukun. But here the preceding letter after the at the last before the last letter is not a mad or a leen. So how to read this one? Qul huwallahu ahad. Just make the sukoon the last letter and stop it when you are stopping. Qul huwallahu ahad. Is there any prolongation? No prolongation at all. Just you are stopping it smoothly. Allahu samad. Lam yalid walam yulad. Walam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. All this one either mad arid lil sukoon or mad aliwad not applied here. Similarly, here Inna atayna kal kawthar. The last letter is not having fathatain. Before last letter there is no mad, there is no leen. So you have to stop it smoothly without any prolongation. Fasalli li rabbika wanhar. Inna shaniyaka huwal abtar. There is no prolongation here. So the other places you find either mad aliwad or mad arid lil sukun. Here the last letter is not having fathatain. Before last letter there is a yamad, so mad arid lil sukun. Here also same thing. Here also same thing. Here also same thing. So here it is a waw mad. The last letter is not having fathatain. Here it is a mad al badal, and last letter is not having fathatain. So these all are examples of mad arid lil sukun. So let me know any doubts or any questions.
Yes, Ustaz, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Regarding madlin. Why we know that madlin means we have to pronounce it as quick as possible. But why it is called madlin? Mad means prolongation, but it is called madlin. Why? This is the question.
Why it is called mad means when it become part of the mad arid lil sukun, we have to prolong 2, 4 or 6. So that's why it is added in the category of mad.
Oh, yeah. But it is not madlin. When it will be applied in the rule of madal arid lil sukun, then it is called. It will be its name will be converted to madal arid lil sukun.
No, the name is the same, madlin, but why it is called the mad? Because of its habit of changing from without prolongation to 2 units, 4 units, 6 units when it become part of the mad arid lil sukun. So maybe the scholars might have think over that one and added in the mad family. Okay. Any other question?
Yes, Ustaz.
Yes.
In the page Qaidatun, in the page number Qaidatun Noorania, we know that some in the Arabic alphabet, some letters has to be prolonged, like mim, noon, wow. This letter has to be pronounced by prolongation. So like this, qaf fatha alif, or lam fatha la, qala. Can I read this like qaf fatha alif, or lam fatha la, qala? Can I read like this?
See, brother, like ba letter in the name in the Qaida Noorania, in some other you see here, it is written with the fatha alif, but it is not the name of prolongation. It is only ba, ta, sa, jim. Here is a mad. Ha, kha, dal. Here it is a mad. Zal. Here it is a mad. Ra, za, sin, sheen, sad. Why they put the alif here? Because some people may read it ba, ta, sa, ja, like that. So that is not correct. So maybe I'm not sure why they put the alif here. and some prints also have this alif, but in my point of view, it should not be there. Ba should be like ba only. Here it is seen, it is must. Sheen, it is must. Sod, dod, this is must because the letter itself has the spelling. It is not a single letter like ba. It is having seen means it has three letters to in its name. Seen, kasra, ya, seen, ya, and noon. Three letters are there. So in that case, if the letter is having mad or leen in its name itself, in Muqattat, that has to be prolonged 6 units.
Without haraka, it has to be prolonged, but with haraka, it will not be prolonged, right?
With mad, it has to be prolonged.
With haraka, it will not be prolonged, but without haraka, when it is pronounced as single letter, then it will be pronounced by prolongation.
Yeah, in the Huroof Muqattat.
Yes.
Okay.
Jazakallah khair.
Yeah.
So students who are beginners, maybe the spelling is written to help them to understand how to recite that word, because see, the non-native Arabs, they learn all other languages other than the Arab. So when they try to understand the Arabic language, I think the letter, they have given the spelling to help them to recite the letter correctly. Once they are familiar with the recitation, then the Tajweed rule applies later on.
Yeah, that is okay. But here the name itself has the spelling, the more than one letter. So that may be that is leading to either mad or leen. Ainun, ainun. Here it is a leen. Ghainun. Here it is a leen. Sad. Here it is alif mad. The letter inside the name itself is having the mad. These are the some letters. Some letters is not having the mad or leen in their letter name, like ba, ta, sa. These are the some letters. So there is we have to understand when you see there is a mad or leen in the spelling, and it is a huruf muqattat, then that must be prolonged. But the printers made our life easy, and they put the mad sign on all the letters in the huruf muqattat. But as academic to know exactly the construction, if the letter name is having the leen or mad, then it has to be prolonged.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let us read this page to conclude our session. Because this is the last page of this one. Amana. Here it is a madal badal alif mad. Awa madal badal alif sagira. Aniyatin madal badal. Ilafi yamad alif mad. Aina yalin. Bihi ya sagira. Jaa madal wajib muttasil. جيء مد الواجب متصل. جوع واو مد الأصلي. خوف واو لين. خير يا لين. داوود ألف مد الأصلي واو صغيرة. ذلك ألف صغيرة. ردو واو مد الأصلي. شاء مد الواجب متصل. مالكي ألف صغيرة. شيء يا لين. طغى ألف صغيرة. طغوا واو لين. طيرا يا لين. عاد ألف مد الأصلي. على ألف صغيرة. عين يا لين. فيه يا مد الأصلي. قال ألف مد الأصلي. قول واولين. كان ألف مد الأصلي. كيدا يالين. كيف يالين. لوح واولين. ليس يالين. مالا ألف مد الأصلي. نارا ألف مد الأصلي. ماء مد الواجب متصل. ويل يالين. يوم واولين. يره واو صغيرة. حاسد ألف مد الأصلي. Hafizun, alif mad, madal asli. Dafiqin, alif mad, madal asli. Shahidin, alif mad, madal asli. Abidun, alif mad, madal asli. Ailan, madal wajib muttasil. غاسق ألف مد مد الأصلي ناصر ألف مد مد الأصلي والد ألف مد مد الأصلي أعوذ واو مد مد الأصلي أكيد يا مد مد الأصلي يخاف ألف مد مد الأصلي يداه ألف مد مد الأصلي يقال ألف مد مد الأصلي ترابا ألف صغيرة حسابا ألف مد مد الأصلي سباتا ألف مد مد الأصلي سراجا ألف مد مد الأصلي سلام ألف صغيرة شدادا ألف مد مد الأصلي شرابا ألف مد مد الأصلي صوابا ألف مد مد الأصلي طعام ألف مد مد الأصلي عذاب ألف مد مد الأصلي عطاء مد الواجب متصل غثاء مد الواجب متصل كتابا ألف صغيرة كراما ألف مد مد الأصلي لباسا ألف مد مد الأصلي لسانا ألف مد مد الأصلي مآبا مد البدل ألف مد متاعا ألف صغيرة متاعين ألف مد مد الأصلي معاشا ألف مد مد الأصلي مفازا ألف مد مد الأصلي مهادا ألف صغيرة نباتا ألف مد مد الأصلي وفاقا ألف مد مد الأصلي ثبورا واو مد مد الأصلي رسول واو مد مد الأصلي شهود واو مد مد الأصلي قعود واو مد مد الأصلي وجوه واو مد مد الأصلي أثيم يا مد مد الأصلي أليم يا مد مد الأصلي بصيرا يا مد مد الأصلي خبيرا يا مد مد الأصلي رهيق يا مد مد الأصلي شهيد يا مد مد الأصلي عظيم يا مد مد الأصلي قريبا يا مد مد الأصلي كريم يا مد مد الأصلي مجيد يا مد مد الأصلي محيط يا مد مد الأصلي نعيم يا مد مد الأصلي يتيما يا مد مد الأصلي يسيرا يا مد مد الأصلي رويدا ويا لين قريش يا لين عيشة يا مد مد الأصلي الموءودة واولين واو صغيرة موضوعة واولين واو مد مد الأصلي موازينه ألف ألف صغيرة يا مد مد الأصلي واو صغيرة يومئذ واولين. This conclude the mad lesson, all the mad mudud, and inshallah I hope it helps you to revise whenever you have the time. I will upload this one in the YouTube, and you can watch at your convenient time. Any doubts, anything before we close the session?
What's the YouTube link, sir?
I will post in the group after uploading. Okay.
Jazakumullah khair, Ustad.
وإياكم. Please follow the Tajweed names, rule names, especially maybe you will find something like difficult to remember the Tajweed rules, but I suggest if you can go step by step, you have plenty of time now. You can select, you can write down on the paper or whichever, whatever it is convenient to you. Just write the name and try to recall what is that rule, how it has to be applied. So randomly, just select Leen, Ya Leen. You write Ya Leen on the paper. Recall what is Ya Leen, how it appears, what is the structure, how it has to be applied. So that way, inshallah, you will recall the things, and then it will be easy for you to read it properly with the Tajweed rules. May Allah make it easy for all of us, and help us to learn His kalam, His kitab, His mushaf, to read it properly without any mistakes. May Allah make it a source of reward for us in the Yawmul Akhirah, inshallah. All of you, if agree, I will close the session. If you have any doubt, let me know. This is a sheet which have everything comprise and a comprehensive summary of all the mad in this sheet. You have it in your textbook. Okay.
Yes, Ustaz. We are immensely benefited by this extra session, and we are giving to you thanks for arranging such a revision class for us, Ustaz.
Oh yeah, come brother.
Jazakallahu khairan.
Yeah, brother Nuhu, you raised your hand. You can open the mic and say. Yes, please.
Naam, Jazakallah khairan. Actually, we appreciate your effort and may Allah richly reward you.
Ameen. So inshallah, if you have any doubts, you can ask in the group. I will also be in touch with you. And practice group is important for us to practice and ask the doubts and clarify. Anyone, whoever posed the question, if some of you have the answer, correct answer, you can reply to them. You have the, you don't need permission from me or anyone. And I give permission to two of your students. So they also will correct. If I find time, inshallah, I will also correct it, inshallah. So we will meet again later on. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.